This is the Titan Futures 1 point a day challenge. Earning your living executing trades from the comfort of your home seems a lot more cool than most 9 to 5 gigs. Trouble is, if you don't know what you're doing, you can wreck your portfolio. But with our trading instructors, BK, Soto, and Mitchell, you'll learn how to day trade the futures market. Streaming daily, 9 to 11 a.m. Free. This is a free trading education channel. The Titan Futures 1 point a day challenge, where everybody is welcome. Get in the chat, ask us questions, learn. And now your instructors. This is BK, Soto, and Mitchell.
What's up?
Hey man, how you doing?
Tell me somebody's riding now.
I don't know. We've had some sound issues here, so I don't know. Nobody's been able to get on. Soto's already made his point, and he's gone for the day. I think
Oh, really?
he's on the chat. Yeah, he had to go. I think he was headed up to Coleman or whatever for the weekend, but he
And
had
he
to.
starts his weekends early, doesn't
Yeah, he started early this morning, and but yeah. So I don't know. I've been talking away, and I just found out a few minutes ago no one can hear me. So, yeah,
he?
I love that. So Soto usually is the one that tells me that pretty quick, but he's not here this morning. So I don't know if anybody can hear us yet or not. So since I brought you on, I don't know if it can be. We have you now. Okay, so huh.
Good deal.
So I wonder it's got something to do with the NDI connection, maybe with one of you guys. Since we're on, you guys can they can hear me now, so that's good. All right, so yeah, so let me kind of backtrack and talk a little bit of what I've been explaining for the last 34 minutes or so, and nobody could hear me. Um, but yeah, we expect it to be very volatile today and tomorrow. Ultimately, we expected a big move up, and I expect a big move down as well. So just be patient and kind of hang in there, looking for opportunities to the downside. We had a good trade out this morning early prior to the market out of this first supply zone there on the 5 minute. Is a good trade out of that. But other than that, we're in this 5 minute period, and when this big move happened, and we're kind of watching it now. But we expect because of the Fed rate announcement yesterday, we expect that today and tomorrow to be very very volatile. Okay. So I definitely have a bias to the downside. We'll watch VIX, and as VIX increases, then we see for price to really push to the hard side to the downside. But this is something you'll normally see when you get a big move one way or the other. You'll see the opposite direction take off first. Okay, and that's just the big guys getting up there and collecting profits, and then I are getting up there and collecting orders. And I think you'll start seeing them take profits the rest of the day, today and tomorrow. And I just feel like it's going to be a move to the downside. But we'll just have to be patient and wait and see, okay? Because this is a massive move up, okay? Um, Blew through any zones that we have, so it's an institutional move for sure. And we just have to kind of watch and see what that wants to do and see if it recovers that big move. If it recovers this whole move to the upside here pretty quick over the next couple hours, then I think that's a very good sign of a very large move to the downside coming, you know. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Hmm.
Yeah. Did you get any of that move,
I
Mitchell?
did not know. I had just turned it on. I
Yeah.
literally just walked
Yeah.
into this office from the other office.
Right. Yeah. So it was just a big move. Not really. There's a zone we could have drawn there, but didn't draw it. Was um, trying to fix the computer. I mean the sound. Don't know why it was doing that, but anyway. But again, Michael, great to have you here. Appreciate you being here. I know John's here. Paul's here. Got a few people here, and I appreciate you guys hanging with us and kind of coming to learn a little bit.
Hang on
And
one second,
yeah,
Nico.
yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. And then, like I said, Mitchell's here. Then Soto usually here pretty early in the morning. So we usually, if there's sound issues or something, it gets taken care of pretty quick. So it's just, Soto happens to be on the road this morning, but he's made his points for the day, which is great. And I will post that for the channel. He has sent me. He sent me those trades, so I'll post that to the channel this morning when we do the recap. So he's made the 1 point a day challenge quota, I guess you could say. So he's made the point, so we can add that to that. And the way that 1 point a day challenge goes is either Mitchell or Soto will make a trade, their very first trade out of the morning. Don't matter who makes it first. It doesn't matter if it wins or loses. That's the one we post. Okay, it's just the first trade. Okay, because the concept is as a new trader with a small account, we're just going to take one trade, 1 point win and 1 point loss. Win or lose, we're gonna record that, and you're done for the day. So because the goal is to let that thing compound over next, even over a year, you'll be absolutely shocked what that will be when you have compounding interest, and that's what we're going to show you here on the spreadsheet. So we'll update that. Like I said, we'll update that at the end of 11 o'clock today when we close down. We'll show the trade.
No.
All right. So um, that's what that's about. But Michael, to answer your question, no, this is not the automated process. Automated for the auto trader is different. It's coded on a different algorithm altogether, and it holds out for longer, bigger trades, and then it trades at certain times, at certain days, and certain hours, and it starts looking for trades at that time. So it's a little different than what you're seeing here on the screen today. Okay, but what we do here is to show you that this is intraday trading and day trading, and the auto trader will take trades while you're sleeping at night and all that good stuff, and it will run its course through that. But this what we show here on the channel is the day trading method, and we look for that. So that's what we can do every day, and you can have the auto trader run in the background if you chose to do that. But that's a different ball game altogether. But you can check out the video on the website, and they kind of show you all the trades it's taken through through August, and I'll have to update it this year for from August to the end of the year here, and I'll update that probably over Christmas break. So, but anyway, we do have some updates coming on that. So I know a couple of people that are in here right now that have the auto trader. I do have those updates coming. I'm still waiting on the programmer to finalize those for us, and then I'll get those updates to you as well. So, all right, and I think you're going to be very happy with the update. So even though it does a good job now, it's going to catch these runners a little bit bigger for us, and cut some of the losers a little bit shorter. So I think you're going to be very happy with that and do it automatically. So anyway, so that's hopefully that answered that question there. So Mitchell, how'd you do yesterday afternoon? Did you get some trades in this yesterday?
I did. So I ended up getting three points, and I should have quit.
Uh-oh, you gave it back?
I didn't give it all back, but I gave. What happened was one of those flashes occurred.
Uh-huh.
And when it took my stop out was at 2.5.
Ah.
So I went down 2.5 in a 1 point. I just had my 1 point stop in, but it did not trigger. So
yeah. What time did that happen? That flash happen?
3:15 maybe.
Yeah. I hate that.
Like the news didn't really affect it all that much for a while.
Right.
And then it started getting a little.
Yeah. After 3 o'clock, I was going to start moving a little bit. Yeah.
Just one of those things.
Yeah, that's frustrating, I know. And but eventually you're not gonna have to worry about them flashes. So, but for right now, I gotta deal with them. Excuse me.
I hate when I hate when price jumps like this. Because I can't get my screen. I can't see that candle, right? Like if it comes back down and I look for a little bump trade,
Yeah.
I can't see the 935 candle without scrunching price all the way down.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
I do. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
I have not figured out how to zoom properly.
Yeah, that can be a touchy situation with the NT a little bit. But yeah, you just have to keep playing with it because you can do it.
But yeah, so it was a pretty good day. I mean, good trades. If I would have just taken that 1 point loss, it would have been I would have stopped. That's typically what I do. I trade in the afternoons until I lose.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But like I said, you definitely seem to be a little more free to do that in the afternoons, and you do very well with it. Sounds like.
Yeah, and I mean that's kind of when I started trading. I traded like my first 5 months were all just solid afternoons, and so I don't know if I'm used to it a little more.
Right.
The mornings I'd try to trade the mornings, and I was just never as consistent. But I enjoy them more now. Like the afternoon's really boring.
That's good. Well, I think I just zoomed out on the larger time frame, and I definitely believe that that move right there just was very let me see, a very institutional algorithm move, meaning that we're going up there getting orders before we move down. Because even on the daily time frame, I moved out. We're definitely in a divergence situation now since that big old push up to the upside created the daily divergence. So with that being said, that that 100-point move I think was going to happen between today and tomorrow to the downside. I think that just helps confirm that. So might be looking for it. Maybe it gives it to us, maybe it doesn't. But it's definitely just created some serious divergence on the daily chart there. So just the problem is I don't have right now. I have to go way back. Let me go way back here and see how far I can go back to see if that's it's definitely a resistance somewhere. We just have to see how far we need to go back to find it. Because it's the high. Yeah, I still have to go back more and more. Dang. Alright. It's a long way to be going back here. This is definitely a new high.
I'm gonna take a short. I don't know why. I
Huh?
feel like it's about to short down.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait for it. Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna look at short moves here for a while. I just have to wait for it to give me a good reason to. Meaning, I want a zone. I want it to give me a good zone to short out of. I think it's gonna
Mm.
create a hidden zone here. It's gonna create that. I think it's gonna move down a little bit, bounce, come back up, hit that zone it's being created right now, and then I think it moves down the rest of the day. So I gotta wait for that to take place because you're seeing it all intraday right now. You're seeing everything take place right now. So we got to see that zone get built out, and then let price move away from it, and then let price come back into it and respect it for a possible big move down. That's kind of what I'm having to wait for here. Yeah, we're at new highs here. Alright, well, we just have to kind of wait and be patient for
Yeah,
it.
I haven't remembered seeing price in the 60s for a long time.
Yeah, it's bid. I don't. I'm trying to look and see and trying to find out where it's at because I don't know. It's been there before. So we had VIX drop all the way down to 14, which when we start to see that turn around is when we'll start seeing the market turn around to the downside. But let me find this. Let me find the ES. Hold on a second here. So be patient with us, guys. This is new highs. At 31.62 is brand new highs for the market. So I think anytime you see a new high, I think you always got to watch immediately to look for the sell-off. So we'll see if that wants to continue to give that to us here. But right now we got a powerful move to the upside, and it could definitely still go higher for sure. And so we got to watch that. But we've got a zone that's created here, so we'll have to see how that wants to react and play into the move. We definitely could go higher here. But it's definitely created a new high, 31.62.5 new highs for the ES. So the market is pushing up. All right.
Makes you want to.
What's that?
You think it'll bust the 32 or the 62 and a half, or just stop right there at the top of it?
Um, I don't know. I mean, it's pushing pretty good. I mean, volume's decreasing a little bit,
Mm.
but yeah, I mean, it could just be it could bounce off of that for sure. Come on down, but you were wanting to trade right there at the top, weren't you?
I did, but I
Oh, you
didn't do
did?
it. No,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I did want to, but no, I did not do it. It's just when it makes like a new high. I mean, that's pretty strong, right?
Oh, that's massive. Yeah, I mean, that's a big. Yeah, absolutely. That's huge.
But it's going to take some juice to get through it.
Yeah, it will. Sure will. That's a big move to a new high there. So we just have to see if the market if it's a real new high for the market, meaning that there's real validity to the move there, or if that's just a move to grab orders and to grab contracts before it moves down, right? So we just have to wait to see what that's going to be. If that's a sustainable move and it wants to continue to go higher, which it is now, it's creating a new high again. So we'll watch that here and see if it wants to do that, continue to do that. But it's created now. It's definitely created a new demand zone there, right here. So I'll have to draw that.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't trade out of that.
Yeah, that kind of a move, that big of a move, that fast.
Well, if you
1 5 minute
look,
candle, it's just not
a lot of
something
the
I'm gonna play
prices
with.
don't even have orders in them.
Yeah, on order flow.
Yeah, it's just 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
tells
it's
you
just like
that's an algorithm move. Then that's exactly what that's a computer move is what that means. You know, so
I bet it went.
that's an algorithm
I
move.
bet it went. Let's see, from 58 to 52 with no orders filled, just straight zeros.
Yeah, that's an algorithm move. So that's a robot right there. I mean, that's the computer. That's the computer algorithms doing that. Institutional algorithm. That's not
But I
individual trades.
hate having a day when the candles are this big because, man, you really got to dial it in.
Yeah, and I mean the best thing to do when you get that kind of move, man, you just have to be patient and wait for it. Don't try to. It can be dangerous trying to jump on board because you don't know when it's going to turn around because there's nothing showing resistance
But
because it's on new highs, so we're not looking. We don't have any resistance there. So it's if you're going to jump on it, you have to jump on it long. Unfortunately, you can just wait for the position, wait for the right trade to jump long on it. You know, and so we'll do that. We're going up on. I mean, this is making new highs on lower and lower volume. I mean, the volume is extremely low, making new highs. So that's got to be a warning sign to you. You know, and then you have order flow that has no orders being filled. You know, so that tells you it's just all algorithm move, right? So we have to kind of. It's hard to kind of sit here and watch that, then be on the sidelines, but it's the best. It's the best thing to do. You have to kind of be patient and wait and let that thing regain its composure, so to speak, and let the market get back in line of what it's supposed to do and what it's supposed to look like. So we just have to, unfortunately, be patient and watch that. So,
good deal.
because this is going to give you plenty of trading opportunities, you know. So don't worry about trying to miss an opportunity. It's going to run away from you or what have you. You can't. You got to lose that mentality because if you do that, you're going to constantly chase and you're going to get eaten up. You know, this is like anything else. Market has to come back into order a little bit, and when it comes back into order, it's going to give you the opportunity, you know, to trade. So we just have to be patient and wait and see what it's going to do there.
I like it.
Yeah. It's hard to do that sometimes if you're new to trading or what have you, and you've not been trading for a long time. You see that big move and you just want to jump on, and I'm all for that if I had volume supporting that move, you know, but I don't have that. I don't have the support of that move via volume just on that one candle. So I got actually quite the opposite, you know, and that means I have to be patient and wait. That's just hard to do. Feel like you're missing things and you're really not, you know. I mean, if you caught that, you got lucky. That's all that was. There's no orderly way to catch that and know that that's going to happen right there. That would be just pure luck. And unfortunately, that's some things that could hurt you.
So Soto is headed into Coleman.
Yeah, he's headed over to Coleman. Yeah. Steadily pushing higher here.
Yeah, it's crazy. Are they doing this so they can go really short?
Well, that's my first thought is that they're going to do that to drop the market, but that kind of a move right there. You know, we're looking at 40-point move here, or what have you, or 30-point move anyway. And on low volume, and it's just kind of that's concerning. You know, so I'll just have to be patient because this is uncharted territory up here. All right, it's all new highs, so you don't know when it's going to hit a wall. If it's going to hit a wall, all you can do is wait, and if it wants to come back into the zone, we could look, and the volume's right and everything, we could look to trade to the long side, but
Yeah,
we have
around
to
like
wait.
57 and a quarter or so.
Yeah, I like that area. Yep. So we're just going to have to wait for that to come back into us, and if it wants to do that, we just have to watch. This is this kind of territory you watch, and you have to kind of watch. You watch candle, you watch price action, watch candles get smaller and smaller, volume either increasing or decreasing. There's no support and resistance up here, right? Because it's all uncharted territory. So we gotta wait for that new stuff to be created. But I think it's something that will give us some direction over the next couple of hours. Well, I think we'll see a substantial change here. But let's wait and see how high this thing wants to go.
I mean, it's pushing like crazy.
Yeah, it's pushing. But how are you going to get in on that with any kind of?
Oh, there's no way to trade.
I mean, there's no way to trade that right now. Even we're on a 5-minute chart, and there's no way. There's no entries. If you get in, you're just guessing and hoping it goes up, and you might get lucky and that might work, but that will never sustain you for the long run. You'll lose your money. You blow up account really quick doing that. You know. So you could get lucky and make you a little bit, but I'm not about trying to be lucky. You know.
No.
I want to do what I know works, and I'll be patient and wait for that. You know, so I have to be long bias right now just because of the way the market's moving, but I don't like it doing what it's doing on low volume, and it's creating divergence on the larger time frame right here with this move up. But I do have a supply. I mean, I do have this blue demand zone here on this 5 minutes. So when price comes back into that, I have to consider possibly making a trade there if everything lines up, right? But because that's the method. But until that, I have no way to enter a trade here. So not going to do something just on a whim, you know. And like we've said before, that trading is the long game. It's not a short game. So you do what you know works, and you don't just get that what they call FOMO, you know, and that means fear of missing out, you know.
Don't just freak out and trade.
Yeah, absolutely. It's called FOMO, fear of missing out. You can't have that. Those are the guys that blow up accounts because I promise, as soon as you jump in this trade right here, it's going to turn on you probably, and you'll lose money, and you won't want to put a stop in, and you'll say, well, I know it's going to go higher and higher and higher like it's doing, and then you increase your stop, and next thing you know, this thing flashes down and takes your stop out, and you lose. You know, if you're over leveraged, you lose a lot of money. You know, so it's not worth it. You're going to get the opportunity to trade. There's no question about it. You're going to get that. Guaranteed you'll get the opportunity to trade. But you got to be patient and wait on it. And that's the hard part. But you will get
it's
that.
It's the wise thing to do, though.
Huh?
It's the wise thing to do, though.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. It's the thing that's going to keep you in the game for the long run. I can tell you that. You know, just gunslinging and jumping in trade because you see it, that's not a sustainable way to trade. So for a long haul, you know, you might get lucky a couple of times, just like a casino. You get in there and get lucky the first couple of times in, and they got you hooked, right? So same concept. We don't want to be that here. Let's just let it stop pushing higher, let it slow down a little bit, and let it come back and give us an opportunity to trade into that in that direction if we want to, and then we'll just have to be patient for that. So that's not the popular answer, but it's the right answer. I know that.
It's crazy though what it looks like. I haven't seen it do that in a while.
Well, I've never seen it do this in new highs. I mean, it just keeps forming a new high, and but let me continue to look on a higher time frame here. Yeah, I mean we're creating new highs on divergences, you know. So and lower volume on the higher time frames, the volume's getting lower and lower, and the range is getting lower and lower as far as the substance of the candles. So that would definitely support a move back down here. So we gotta wait and see if we get it, but it definitely supports a move down. You know, but we knew today and tomorrow is going to be volatile days, and I still got a sneaky suspicion that by end of day tomorrow we might see this thing back down in at 3,050, you know, 3,100 or under. You know, I think we might be seeing that by the end of the day tomorrow.
That's crazy if that happens.
Yeah.
There'll be some money made.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of money made and a lot of money lost. You know, that's the kicker. So, but the money that will be made is the people that are looking to get in positions to the short side from the high, right? Because that's how you get in. That's how the money's made. You don't do it after the fact. But there's different ways to do that, and it's not what we're doing here. There's different ways to get into that, capture that move to the downside, but it's not what we see right here. You know, that's part of what I'll teach everybody, or teach you guys later, and then down the road here in the next couple months, I'll teach that, and then you would be licking your chops right now if you saw this, you know, and so, but you know, for the channel here, we can't do anything just yet. So.
Right. Maybe it'll push down and give us something to do.
Yeah, I mean, it will eventually, for sure. It will eventually. I think I'm going to do something here.
Order filled.
So you'll see your contract rollover. It was today, but I wouldn't roll contracts just yet. So that's one of the things I was explaining a little bit earlier. You probably got a sign to roll it over, or a message that today was contract rollover, but I wouldn't do it just yet because we still have almost we still have 3 times the volume on this current contract than we do on the new contract. So I'd stay at ES 1219. I'd stay on that, and the next one's going to be ES 320. Will be the next contract that you roll over, but we're still pushing over 805, 806,000 volume here on the current one versus 250 on the other. So we'll probably look to roll that over come Monday into the new contract, or at least I will. So I'll stay on this contract probably today and tomorrow, and then come Monday roll to the new contract. Once the daily volume takes over the old contract, that's when I roll to the new contract. You know, so yeah. So I got it watched on the market analyzer. I'm watching that, so I'll let you know when the best time when that happens, and we can roll together.
Perfect.
All right. It's very easy to make the roll, and then we'll do that on the stream so people can see that. All right. Alright. Yeah, I just read that. Yeah, Paul. Don't forget to roll over, right? Yeah, well, we're not going to roll until Monday, probably, because of the volume. You know what I just explained there. The volume's not there. It's only a third of the actual volume on the current contract. So that means the big boys, everybody's still trading on this contract. So that probably won't come into effect till Monday. But Soto said, "Did you guys ride this move?" No, man, there was no way to do that. So there was no way to get into that move. That's what we were talking about. So unfortunately, no way to get into it. So we'll just kind of watch it, wait for it to come back in and retrace into an opportunity here, which we have our zone pulled up on the 5 minute here. We can see that demand zone, so we'll have to kind of wait for that to happen. And we'll look to see if everything meets the criteria to get into a trade at that point. But until that, we have to just be patient and wait. But there's no way to get into that move. There's just no way to do it without just jumping in and guessing and hoping. And you can't do that, especially with a 1 point stop. You can't be doing that. So you'll just get chopped out and stopped to death because the ES moves up and moves back so much. It just would not be worth doing so. But so fortunately, no way to get in it. But we'll get opportunity. We will have the opportunity to come back and trade again. So we're just gonna watch it and see. We'll get opportunities today to do that. I know you made your point earlier this morning, which was great, and I've got that for the channel, so I'll post that at come 11 or so. I'll post that up, and so we can see that. So right now, we just have to watch and wait. This is the fun part of trading, guys. Be willing to be disciplined to wait, and that's the hard part, but that will happen. You will get the trade. It's going to be interesting since we're kind of right in that reversal time frame, that 9:45 to 10:30 time frame. We're kind of in this reversal time frame, so it's going to be interesting to see if the big boys want to reverse this big move to the upside to the downside now. So this is going to be interesting to watch what happens.
And then I'll be scared again because it'll probably reverse it pretty quick.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Yep.
It'll be fun. I just gotta.
Are you sure? Are you getting impatient?
Nah.
Yeah, see,
Look at that.
big old push up. I'm telling you, man, you just don't know what's happening right now, so can't take it. If you're looking to go down right there, you just got smoked, You just got taken out. So you just gotta wait. Gotta wait. That was a pretty desperate push up, I think, right? Start watching the wicks come in. Right, this is the price action part. This is where you gotta learn to read price action and see what's going on, and start to see these wicks starting to form rejection. That means when every time you get a rick, what's that mean right there? When you start getting rejection from wicks like
Yeah,
that?
there is the price isn't it's rejecting out of that area,
Yeah.
so it's trying to push down.
Yeah, I mean sellers are coming in up there. That's what that means. That's the only thing, the only way that's possible that it happens. That means there's sellers up there pushing. It's the only way it could possibly happen. So when you start seeing these wicks like that to the upside, um, you got to start seeing. Okay, that means there's reject. It's an auction process, right? That's what we talk about. The market is nothing but an auction process. That means prices got high enough that there's sellers saying, okay, I'll take this. I'll take it right here. I'm going to push it. I'm going to buy it and push it down. You know, we're going to sell. Or we got buyers up here saying, okay, I've made my money. I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell. Right? So it's an auction process. So anytime you start seeing these big wicks like that starting to form up there, from a price action standpoint, you got to start saying, okay, price is slowing down. Sellers are coming in, rejecting those higher prices. So I got to be careful, be patient, and wait for a direction to be formed here. And that's kind of what you see happening right there. So
I like it.
you got to be patient. A lot of things happening right now. New territory, guys. It's uncharted territory right here. So why it's nice to have the euphoria feeling, hey, we're going up, everything's great. You just uncharted territory, so you just have to be careful. You know, so and now seeing these rejection wicks starting to happen, bodies of the candles are getting smaller. It just tells you, okay, we got more sellers coming in than buyers at the present, and got to wait for see what they're going to do. Volume's decreasing, so.
I gotta hop off. I'll be right back.
Yeah, man, that's fine. We're going to get rid of this zone here. These two zones. Well, that actually could be it. No, I'm going to go get rid of it. All right, I'll keep these hourly zones that we busted through on this big 940 candle. I'll keep those in there because we often see price come back and respect that. So I'll kill that. This line right here is a VPOC from a previous time frame. You can see it was a naked VPOC. It has been filled at this point, so I'll remove that. All right. So now we're just got our active zones that are sitting here waiting to see what it's going to do. So kind of in that no man's land, guys. Unfortunately, got to wait. Be patient. As hard as it is to do it, I'll just keep harping on it. Got to be patient these times right here. Don't get sit on your hands. This is when they talk about successful traders and good traders sit on your hands. This is that time right now. You're having to sit on your hands. So and wait for your method to set up to give you the trade. You know, the only way to get into this position, get into a trade right here, is on a different instrument. Using a different instrument, you can get into some of these positions right here. And but that's not for this channel. But for what this channel is going on right now, this is the hard part, my guys. This is the patience part. I know I've said that like 15 times, but I can't stress it enough.
I'm back.
Well, all right.
Renting patio heaters.
Huh?
I had to rent a patio heater.
Oh, did you? Getting a little cold, huh? Oh, that's for your party?
Yeah, on Saturday. Sunday can't come fast enough.
You're not the one that instigated this whole party thing? Is that what you're telling me?
Totally. We were totally volunteered by other people.
Oh, nice. You gotta love when that happens.
Mm-hmm. Yep, still hadn't done much.
Uh-uh.
I did think about a trade there at 72.50. I don't know where it got on the ES, but
Yeah.
it would have bumped me. But like, I mean, there's no way to trade on candles this big with this kind of moves.
No, there's not. Unfortunately, there's not. You know, if you want to be methodical about it and actually trade like you should, there's just unfortunately no way to see that.
So, do you still day trade actively besides on the channel?
No, once I'm done with the channel, I have other charts I trade on as well. Yeah, that I'm trading different from what you see on the channel, but it's the same methods. You know, I do something a little bit different as well, but on a whole different thing that I'll teach you guys later. But yeah, even though what you see here, I've got other charts sitting over here where I'm trading, still trading just like we do here. I just trade different contract sizes, but same method. Yeah. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, yeah. I just didn't know if you still day trade or still traded with NinjaTrader.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Still do that. I do it with a couple other platforms as well, but yeah, I still use NinjaTrader for my futures trading anyway. Yep.
Is there anything now that we're just killing time? I'm just
Yeah,
gap.
yeah.
Is there anything we can learn further from a day trading standpoint? Um, is there anything kind of still that we haven't covered?
From this method, using this
Right,
method, not a whole lot now. Just from this method, it's basically what we've taught and what the methodology is what it is. There's no secret sauce anywhere that I'm using for this method that I haven't shown you guys. You know, I mean, there's some other things you can look at that kind of get biases. You know, and
right,
but as far as this method goes, this 1 point a day challenge method, this 1 point method, this is it. You know, it's very basic.
yeah.
It's very fundamental, meaning
No,
that
it works.
oh, it works. There's no doubt it works. But it's we don't use any other things. We just use the fundamentals. You know, with price, action, and volume, support and resistance, supply and demand. Because those things are always going to be around forever, right? And no matter, and
Right,
you can read those. If you learn to read those, you can trade any chart, anything that has a chart, you can trade it with. You know, um, so we keep it. We'll keep it that way for this channel, but there's nothing that I'm not showing you on
no, no, I
this.
didn't know if there was like another indicator that we were going to cover or
Oh yeah,
something
no,
like that.
I'm not gonna put any other indicators on here. No, we'll just use the volume and the. Now when I trade you to show you other stuff, that's a lot more powerful, you know, but it's a different instrument, then I'll throw a different indicator on there, you know, but to use a different way than most other people use it as, but for right now, no. I mean, it's gonna
Right,
stay what we've got. So just because every charting platform has what we got showing right here, so you don't have to just trade with NinjaTrade. You can trade with any chart platform. You go to trade these things that we're doing here. That's the other thing. It's universal, you know. Um, so it's good for that purpose.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, if it goes all the way down to 30, 50, like you said, 125
That'd be a
points.
massive, massive move in one day, wouldn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's got real potential to do that, and that's what's kind of sounds alarming, you know. But like no way it's going to move. I mean, when's the last time ES has moved 100 points in a day? I don't know. It's been a very, very long time, but I think it has a really good chance of recovering half of what it's done today, and then I think it has a very good chance of dropping another half of what it's done today tomorrow. And that'll put us down and around that 30. I mean that 30-50 area.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, it could technically even go lower than that over the next couple days, over the next week or so. But I think because you have, expiration tomorrow for options and things like that, which tend to be a big move, and you got divergences setting up on larger time frames, so it's just it's got all the makings of a big move to the downside. Whether it happens tomorrow or not, I don't know. Whatever happens or not, I don't know, obviously, right? But I just have a
Right.
experience to show and things setting up there showing that it's a very high or it's a good probability they can do that,
You
so
wouldn't trade here for a long trade out
um,
of 1020 because the 1025 made a new high.
right. Um, I think you could, yeah. I mean, you could. You talk about it,
73.75.
73.75 right there at the. Well, let's see, yeah, 74, 75, 73, 70. Yeah, I'd be. Yeah, I mean, you definitely could. I think you might have a little bounce right here. I'm not going to trade that, but I think you could. I just don't like these extremes. I think you can do it. I think if I was trading here anywhere out of these extremes, it's to the downside. But I'm not saying you can't catch a bump right here to the upside.
Right.
I'll draw the chart, the candle that you're talking about. It's in that zone right now. Um, and it very well might bump out of here and go a little bit higher. Very good. I don't like the double top as a high, so
Yeah, on
I
the
think it could go
MES, in
higher.
the MES, it actually, the 1025 is bigger than the 1015.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, on the ES, it's actually one tick shorter, smaller.
Okay.
So it goes a high
So
7750
I
to.
would be in right now if I traded it. I did not, but if I did, I would be in right now.
You would, okay.
This is a way for me to pass the time. Act like I am trading.
Yeah, absolutely. Might be time to go to a demo. Trade on a demo while you're waiting for.
Oh, that'll depress me because I have like $200,000 in my demo account. So
Oh yeah. Well, you just trade one contract, man. Just
I
gotta get
wish I wish
a
I
few
would not
contracts. Yeah,
should not have boosted that thing up as I did because I for some reason cannot seem to do that with real money.
it's a different mentality. I understand. You can do it. It's just you gotta get used to it. It's just a different. There's no difference in your trading style. That's what you got to understand. There's no difference. If you can do it on demo, you can do it in live money. It's just got to be. You just have
Mhm.
to mentally accept that and deal with that, because that's the most. That's the biggest issue most people have is emotions. And when you got real money on the line, you tend to question things a little bit more. You tend to be a little more hesitant and not as free to trade, and that's a real issue most people have. So well, we all have. Everybody has it, and eventually you'll get over that, because you'll be so under leveraged that it's not going to bother you. But
Mhm.
until you're at that point, you know, you just have to bear through it and push through it, and from a psychological standpoint, you have to just push through. But yeah, yeah,
It's
most people do
bumped
that.
2 ticks of profit, but it has not. Keeps trying to push down.
You would have gone in where you said
At 75.
you would have gone at 75.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I would have gotten the point right there on the MES.
On the MES, you would have? Yeah, because it's just
Would
now at
have.
75 on ours. On ES, just now got to 75.
You said y'all's volume was like at 800,000.
For the on the market analyzer, not on the
I
volume.
was saying my word.
No, not on the
I've
market
never
analyzer.
seen it like that.
No,
Seen 100, I think, one time.
yeah, it's at 964. That's the daily volume, is what that is. That's to show the number of contracts coming through and orders and all that. So it's just to show that this is still the contract everybody's on. That's all it is to show.
It likes that little area, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to respect it. I mean, it should, right? Based on our method, it's still going to respect that area, right? So it's got that dough inside hidden um, demands on there, and it's a doji candle, and it's respecting the price is respecting that there. So just not. I don't like trading like that around the high
No, I agree.
unless I'm shorting, and I wouldn't be shorting right here yet. Now, if I were to bust down through that and come back into this zone from the bottom side, then I would look to short it. But not until that happens for me.
Come on, give us something down. We have nothing to play with up top.
No, not right now. I don't. This is good. Very good example, though, of reading price action, right? Very good example of that because, excuse me, you see how the candles are bigger and bigger and they're getting smaller and smaller, more wicky. Just from a pure price action standpoint, that tells you price is slowing down and sellers have come into the game here. Sellers are taking over at the moment. Putting up a good stand, I guess, a good fight. So, let's see how strong they want to be if they want to continue to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, it's going to be very interesting to see if by the end of the day, if this move has been recovered, or at least half of it. It'll be very interesting.
What about old Lane Kiffin going to Ole Miss?
Yeah, I saw that, man. Dang, that guy just he gets around, doesn't he? And he just, I'm not a big Lane Kiffin fan at all, but I think he's one of those kind of guys to me that just a gnat. Keeps hanging around, man. Just keeps finding these jobs and.
Yeah, he goes. He does well, then he does horribly.
Yeah,
Then he does well, then he does
yeah,
horribly.
yeah.
But he's like a cockroach. He won't die.
That's exactly it, man. He just keeps buzzing around or crawling around, and somebody gives him a chance and just see if he can screw this one up too with his off the field shenanigans. But
He definitely has a colorful personal
yeah. But he did good at Florida. Was it Florida Atlantic? That's where
life.
he was
Florida
at.
Atlantic, yeah.
Yeah, he did pretty good there. So the guy can coach. I got to give him some credit there. I just don't like him as a person. From what I know of him and read about him and see it and the way he acts, He's not trying to get a job or look good for the media. When he kind of gets away from all that and gets a little settled in somewhere, he tends to get a little free and haywire and cocky and
Yeah.
So he's doing what he needs to do right now, and that's still his job and keep a job. And then I'd be interested to see how he is come mid-season next year.
Yeah, I wonder how he'll do. I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll knows how to see.
It's just a weird program for him to go coach at. I feel like Ole Miss is a real classic program, and he's not a very classic coach.
No, I agree with that.
Like, I could see him going to a Louisville or a Kentucky, something like that.
Ole Miss is still a pretty big powerhouse in the SEC, so that kind of surprises me. What do you get? What is his contract for? Did you see what he
I
got?
don't even know. I didn't see that. Let me see. It is a 4 year, $16 million.
4 years. Okay, good for him. Good for him. That's a step up from Florida Atlantic.
Mm-hmm. It escalates though, so it's not guaranteed.
Oh, is it not?
3.9 in 2020. It doesn't escalate very much. 4.1 or 4 in 21, 4.1 in 22, 4.2 in 23.
Okay. Well, that's nowhere. No matter how you look at it, it's a lot better than where he was at when he was there.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, they call that an escalating contract, but it escalates like he's already getting the most of it. I doubt he'll coach again at Bama. I don't think that meshed real well.
Yeah.
Did you short that one?
No, I don't have it to short yet.
Man, it shorted perfectly in the MES. I was talking about Lane Kiffin.
Oh, damn.
Off the 1020 candle, this candle that just formed, I mean, it respected the V puck to the tip.
Oh, did it?
And then just went straight down.
Yeah. No, it hadn't busted. It hadn't got out of that yet. Out of that zone that we have on the yes yet. So I'll wait. It's now just pushing out of that zone. So I'll wait for it to push out of the zone with a good candle, and then if it wants to retrace back up into that zone, at that point I'll look to short. But I'll wait for it to make its way out of here, and then with some conviction, and then kind of move itself back into that. That's what I'll look to take it down.
And you'll still run a 1 point stop on your trades today, or will you let the target profit run?
Yeah, I'll let my targets run still, just as normal, but I'll keep my 1 point stop. Yeah. I mean, it could absolutely just take a little breather here and then resume its uptrend. You know, it could definitely do that still. So just have to wait and
watch some price action.
Yeah. That's the hardest part. That's the hardest part of trading, right here. Is watch. Not do it. It's the hardest part, but you have to do it. If you want to trade for the long haul, you have to be patient.
Did y'all get a lot of snow up your part the other day?
We got actually not a ton, but I mean it laid on the ground and had
Yeah,
snowball fights and all that, so had
yeah.
enough. You could pull it off cars or objects that were outside. You had enough to pull off, make snowballs, so
Exactly what we did.
yeah.
Well,
All right, now I'm moving out of this zone, so let's see here. Where would I look to get back in here if I were to do that? Gotta move down here. Low volume still pushing down. So.
yeah, I mean, it's just coming on down.
Well, guys,
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, I was just gonna say, if anybody has any kind of questions right now, please ask. It's a great time to do that. So we're kind of just watching Price here, and thanks for hanging out with us. I'm sure it's kind of boring at the moment, but unfortunately, it's successful trading sometimes boring. So we just have to wait for our opportunities. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask. All right, Mitchell, go ahead, man. Sorry about that.
Did you hear about the real estate founder type guy, property management owner, and he was up in New England state somewhere, but Baltimore, that gave all of his employees Christmas bonuses this year?
No, I haven't heard about it.
He, if depending on how long you worked with him, is the bonus that you got, and they ranged from $100 to $278,000.
Wow,
He did. He gave away $10 million at their Christmas party.
that's awesome, man.
I know, it's pretty cool. It was an average of 50,000 apiece.
Wow, that's awesome.
That was pretty cool.
He's a real estate developer, or just
He's
like
he
a real
owns
estate
like
investor?
a management company.
He
He owns like a real estate company, like a property management.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
St. John Properties or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. That's awesome, though. I like that. That's
I
cool.
like stories like that.
Man, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, some football player for the Bears. It was a linebacker for the Bears. He went to his hometown Walmart and paid off everybody's Christmas layaway.
No, that's cool. I like that too. That's what those guys. I mean, that's great. You know, they don't have to do that, but that's good that they do.
Yeah, I like to think that's what I would do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love being.
Absolutely. I definitely am the same way. You know, I love to help people, and one day when I have a couple $100 million, then I'll be happy to help people out with that. You know.
Yeah.
I have no doubt in my mind that I'll do that. Help people.
That's what it's all about.
Man, yeah, absolutely.
There was I think it was Cam Newton or someone that played for the Panthers 2 years ago, went into a Toys R Us like a few days before Christmas, like locked the doors and said, okay, everybody here like under the age of 18, you have 10 minutes. Get what you can get. I'm at the cash register.
That's cool.
It was a frenzy, man. People were just going nuts.
That's cool, though. I like that. That's awesome.
He paid for everybody. It was, $20,000-$30,000 when he left. But I mean, they make so much money.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. Yeah. That's
Their
nothing.
contracts are one thing, but I mean, we have a friend of the family's that's an NFL player, and man, he hasn't. And he does. I mean, he starts on special teams as a returner, but I mean, his salary's not that much, but his endorsements,
Yeah, exactly.
he's sponsored by Puma and all these different. I mean, he still makes millions of dollars a year.
Yeah,
Just
off endorsements. Yeah, so most of those guys make more money on endorsements than they do on their contracts. Yeah. That's awesome. That's cool to do good things with it.
Yeah. Not like Trent Richardson, who apparently spent all of his in 18 months.
Yeah.
It's like,
Unreal, man.
I had no idea that I've spent $300,000 on Netflix accounts. It's like,
Really?
should probably monitor that.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him because he did have talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was tough. It's just hard to make it as a running back.
It is, man. It's tough.
Derrick Henry's just so freaking big.
Yeah, he's just a man.
Yeah, you can't manhandle that guy. He's like 6'4", isn't he? I mean,
6'3", I think. Yeah, 6'3", 240 something pounds, isn't he?
built
Just-
like a tank.
And runs like a gazelle, man. It's,
Yeah.
how do you get in front of that dude and stop him? And when you do it, you're just hoping that you don't get hurt. You just hit his legs, and you can't take him up top.
I always liked Eddie Lacy too. Back when I don't know if he even still plays, but he got fat and still could run.
He was just a bowling ball, man. He'd get lower than you and just hurt you.
Yeah, there was you couldn't leverage him at all.
No.
I was always amazed that Ingram was as good as he is because he has no physical attributes that really set him apart.
Yeah,
But he's
he's
really
a
good.
stud, yeah.
Yeah, it would be a great time to answer questions,
Yeah, I'm sure
even
people
if
want to
they're
know what
not
the.
related to trading.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, yeah. Just to make conversation. I'm sure people. I mean, yeah, I don't mind helping and kind of explaining what we're doing here, and if somebody has a question, please do so, and we can kind of talk a little more in depth about it, and kind of help pass the time, help the channel. Because if you got the question, I'm sure other people have the question. So, of course you did, Soto. Of course you did, man.
What did you say?
He said, "Sorry guys, I had to stop for breakfast." We know that, man. I would have done the same.
The boy loves to eat.
Yeah, man. We traded. We caught this big move. We're up about 22 points for the day. Do you not get anything? Well, you can't now since you're driving, so I guess you can. Yeah. I think we're up 22. I think Mitchell's up 23 or 24, but we're doing pretty
Is
good.
Sonny riding the bus?
No, I don't know.
Public transit?
No, man, we hadn't. I have not traded today. No, haven't had a setup yet. I've got some zones ready, but haven't traded them yet. Yeah, because we shut this thing down in about 9 minutes here.
Are you going to trade all day today?
Am I gonna trade? Not on here, no. If I don't take a trade here in the next few minutes, then I won't make a trade on here. But I've got trades in some of the other things I'm doing, and I'll watch that for the next day or two. You left it run. You left it to go long. Yeah, good for you. Which I don't think's true.
No, it's definitely not.
He's just joking. Yeah. But he did send me his where he made his points this morning, so that was good. So I can post that for the channel. For the 1 point a day challenge, it's been met because he made his first point. And remember, the 1 point a day challenge taken by either Mitchell or Soto. It's the first trade of the day they take, win or lose. Whoever takes it first is what we use for the channel. So Soto got in early this morning, made a trade, and he's sent me his charts. So we'll show that as another win for the channel in the spreadsheet. So we'll put that on there. But oh man, that would be fun, but I'd rather do that than what I'm going to be doing. But yeah, I got a doctor's appointment today at about 3:15, so I can't play tennis, man. That'd be fun though. I like to exercise, but that'd be fun. I can't do that today. My wife has made me a doctor's appointment against my will, but she has, so I have to go to that.
Those are always fun to go to.
Yeah.
Would you be looking to short
Oh
at
well.
71 3/4?
I'd be looking to short here. Let me see. Let me pull this up where I'd be looking to go short. 71 3/4. Yeah, I mean you could possibly front run that. I'd probably look to be a little bit. I'd probably go. There's VPOC around 72 1/4. I'd probably go right there at 72 because there's one right above that too. 5 minutes. So I would look to go in a short position. I'll go ahead and put it in.
Order pending.
I'll put a short position at 72 1/4 here and watch it and watch volume. Here I gotta watch volume, make sure it doesn't increase any more than it is. But I have a position at 72 1/4 short.
Okay. Now, is your actual zone candle the 1035 or the 1040? Because I think the MES and the ES are way off today.
And now my zone candle is 1020. You know, the bottom of it is at 72 1/4.
I see what you're saying. I was using a different candle.
You're using 1040. I mean, which
1040.
which you can still use the 1040. They just kind of coincide, and I'm just kind of taken, it'd be in the middle of that 1040 candle there, is the bottom of my zone on the 1020. So I'll just use that, so watch that here. So I like to see this candle right here go all the way up first before it goes down. If it goes down first, with any more couple, 2 or 3 ticks, then I'll have to kill my order and move it. But if it continues to climb higher here, this current candle, then I'm going to stay where I'm at. So I'll watch that here. Alright, so we're getting close here. Volume staying low. Has bumped me right here. Hasn't put me in yet, but it's bumped me.
I'm in.
You're in short here? Okay.
Mhm.
So it's bumping me on my order right now. It's bumped it a couple times, so I'll leave it there. So watching this trade here. Hopefully I got it. Well, it's rejecting out of it now, so I might have missed it.
Order filled.
Oh no, I'm in quick here. It flashed up there. I don't like that when it does that. So, but we're in a tight position here. Don't like it being so tight there, but we are. We're in a position, so we'll watch it and see if it will give me a point. And come on down. 3/4, a couple times 3/4. Some more. Hit my. All right, target made my first point, guys. Made
I'm
the first
3/4.
And we got our runner is at 1 ticket profit. Could get taken out here, but I got a runner. Leaving in position right here, leaving the runner in. So we made our first point here of the day. Got 1 ticket profit on the second. So we'll just kind of leave it and see what it wants to do here. Could definitely come back up and take us out before it goes short anymore, but I think it's going to go a little short, a little bit longer. We'll see. So this was good. So right here, guys, we're very patient, waiting for the right setups to happen for our method, and it gave us that opportunity to get in. We got our point here. So if you're like Soto or Mitchell right here, would have taken all their position out at that first point, all their contracts early on here, they would have taken that. So they would have made multiple points at this point. They would have had at least a couple points, if not 4 or 5 points at this point. But I'm doing a little bit different. I just leave 1 as a runner, and hopefully we can catch a good run down. Because I think it's wise to do that. We're up for the week pretty good.
I got my point.
You got your point. Nice, good job. So being up for the week, we kind of just let it. We'd take a runner to see if we can get lucky and catch a run. Since we're up for the week, had we just been the first couple trades of the week and we weren't up for the week, we would take all the positions out at one point, okay, to lock in profits on multiple contracts. But since we're up for the week, we're going to just, or I'm just going to let it take my first contract out at a point, and then move my second one into +1 tick, and then hopefully we can catch a runner. I got my second profit target at 164 even, and if it gets down there and it breaks that low right there, I'll actually move it a little bit lower. So we'll kind of watch it here. We'll kind of manage it, and we'll manage this runner here manually if it gives us the opportunity, if it wants to continue to come down, or it could definitely come, like I said, come back up and take us out. So we'll see. I'd love to see it break this low and continue to go down. And if it does that, then I'll move my target from 164 a little lower. Okay.
I'm proud of us though. We have sat here for like an hour and a half.
Absolutely.
When we took the trade, we made it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hashtag we trade better without Soto.
That's always been the case.
Oh man.
This is nothing new, bro.
No, man, that's not true. Just messing.
Well, you actually hear when you're calling out price because there's no crunching.
Yeah, you're right though, Mitchell. This was a very good lesson right here, to be patient and wait, and it's hard to do it. I'm telling you, it's hard to do it, but when you do it for a living, when you want to start doing it for a living, or you eventually get to do it for a living, and then you want to make sure that you have to be patient, and it's hard sometimes, but you wait for your method to set up, and when your method gives you the trigger and the parameters to make a trade, you make the trade, you know, and that's what we did here. So I'd like this to be going. It's not pushing out of this hard enough just yet, so I'm going to lock in just a little bit more. Probably going to get taken out right here, but I'll lock in 2 ticks. It's getting ready to be taken out, but I'll go ahead and lock it. I'm going to go ahead and lock another point since this thing wants to come down a little bit more. All right, so I've locked in 2 points now. I'm tight now. I've got this runner really tight, and but I'm both contracts. Great. Both contracts now have made will be taken out at 1 point of profit, so that's good. Both contracts. So since I've tightened this up, my second position's been tightened up to 1 point of profit guaranteed. So that means my first trade came off at 1 point of profit, and now my second trade is locked in at 1 point of profit. So that's 2 points for the positions. So it's good. Yep, good.
I've got no runner, man.
Huh? You do have a runner?
I do not. No, I do
so
not.
you took out all your positions there at the 1 point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice job.
What's Soto saying now?
He's just talking. He says, "Wow, thanks. Great trade. Good job being patient." Yep, I agree with that. You know we're messing with you, Soto. It's always better when you're around. And then he said he was up at 6 a.m. and didn't take a trade until 7:45 or so. Yep, perfect.
He was napping.
That's right, though. That's it, man. The patience, it pays off, man. So it's hard to do it sometimes, but it's necessary. In this trading world, it's definitely necessary. So it looks like I'm getting ready to be taken out in that second position with a point of profit, and I'm all right with that. I'll just leave it there. Which will be good. So this will be it for me on the ES today, as far as this method goes. So we'll be, as soon as this trade closes out, I'll let it run until it either gets taken out or it hits a target somewhere. I'll leave it here, and we'll keep the channel going until that happens. But I'll be right back. I'll be right back, and we'll see what happens. I'll be right back. I'm back.
Mm-hmm. You still making a little money?
Yeah, I see that still. It's up 3.75 points here. So I'll just do it for the channel. I'll lock in another point here. Alright, so I'll lock in 2 points on this move here. I'd like it to break this low down here, and if it does, then I can still let it go. So I got a profit target at 164 even, but I'm gonna go ahead and move that down to right in front of our box down, our demand zone down here, off of this 950 candle.
Down to where we started. Yeah. No, we're just down to half the first pause.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, we got a long way to go still to get down to where it started. But I'll go ahead and move my profit target down to the top of the 950 candle where we have this blue supply zone. I mean demand zone. So I'll leave it there if price wants to get there. Because if it breaks the low if it breaks this low at 164.75, it's got a very good chance of coming down there. Um, so we'll just have to see if it wants to take me out first, since I locked in another point. I locked in 2 points in the second position, which might have been a little premature because price is moving back up on me here pretty quick. So it might take me out right here, and if it does, then I'll just have to be okay with that, and I locked in another point here. It's a little quicker than I'd like to lock in, but I've done it at this point, so I'll leave it. I could make it retrace here, just lock that one to give us a chance for that runner, but I'll just leave it where it's at. I think it probably could come back up, take us out, and then go because I got my I've got this thing locked in right at an area that shows good resistance. So
What, around 70 and a quarter?
70 and a half, yeah. Or I'm at 70 and a quarter. I'm at 70 and a quarter, but 70 and a half is a good resistance. So, but I've got it locked in at 70 and a half. So, I mean at 70 and a quarter, excuse me. So, might get taken out right here. So, and I'm okay with it. If it does, that's just part of it. Yeah, I'm out. So, all right. So I'm out of that position, guys. So you can see on my chart here, I always keep my.
Right to the tick.
Huh?
Look at it.
Yeah,
to
right.
The tick.
Yeah, right to the tick. I told you it was a good area. I just didn't want to. I thought it was a good area of resistance right there, and I just didn't want to move off of it since I've moved it. Probably should have actually moved it up just to be in a 1 point of profit right above the candle there. If I could have done that, I might have been able to catch the runner, continue to go down, but that's all right, no worries. I got 3 points out of that move there, so that's fine. So on my chart, guys, you can see I have an entry at the right here at my charts. I always keep the order entries, so you can see that I either win or I lose. I don't hide it, and so it's on the chart here. So you see I took my target at my first profit at 31.71 because I entered at 31.72.25 and took my first target. That was 31.71.25. Okay, that was my first position. Then my second position moved in 1 tick into profit, and we ended up getting taken out at that position. Got taken out at 70 and a quarter for another point. So it's a 3 point total win for the contract for that move. So that was good. All right, so. Well, guys, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and probably shut the channel down. I'll go ahead and do some updates here real quick. So let me do that. Let me get some updates done here. So hang with me here, and I'll show you these updates to show you the 1 point a day challenge spreadsheet, where we're at on that. And let me get Soto's trades in here to show that he made that trade from this morning. He made his points this morning, which was good. Good job, Soto. Computer running slow here, come on. While I'm doing that, I can get Soto's picture here. Where is it at? So, there you go. No, so there it is. Let's see. Alright, he sent me 3 of them. Let's see which ones I want to use here. You know what, I might just use all 3 of them here so I can show the progression. Alright guys, I'm going to open up some charts here so you can see these are Soto's charts showing his trades this morning. I'll get them in order here in just 1 second. Alright, there we go. Alright, so let me move this out of the way. Alright, so here we go, guys. On the you should be able to see right now on the channel, on the video, you'll see Soto's trades. You'll see his, I'll just do these 2 here. But you'll see where he got into his position right here, his first trade this morning. Did a nice job there. He got in right here at this price right here. It looks like it's 31.38 1/4. He got in. Got his first target at this yellow. His blue is his entry. You can see right here, he's up on this particular. He's got a runner going up 2.5 points, but he's locked in his other 8 positions right here at 1/4 of a tick. So he's doing very well. So the only way that can happen is he's made his first point. So that blue was his entry. Took 1 tick of heat. So nice job there into a zone, a demand zone. So he did great. And he got this first yellow arrow is his first position out. So that would be the 2 contracts there. And you see right here, everything's completed. You'll see where his runners made his money up here. But this is the completed chart. So you can see it's not been made up. This is all real. Okay, this is what he's doing. So he's made the 2 points there. So very nice job, Soto. All right, so with that being said, let me go ahead and bring in the 1 point a day challenge spreadsheet so we can update that for another win this morning. And again, guys, if you're new to this, even though we're taking multiple trades, we only record the very first trade of the day for the 1 point a day challenge, and that's either from Soto's trade or from Mitchell's trade. And you just saw Soto's trade, the proof that he made the trade there. So nice job. So we get 2 contracts, 1 point, 0 losses. So there we go. So now we're up. This is the current. We're up 2,000. We're actually up $1,480. Their account is at $2,480. We started it 65 days ago, whatever, with $1,000 at just the 1 point a day challenge, meaning that we just traded 1 contract, win or lose. Okay, and you can see as you go back to the top here, you can see we have all the losses and the wins. The losses are in red, obviously. The wins are in green. You can see we started at $1,000. Made that first trade at 44. We have commissions here. Okay. We have these commissions represent worst case scenario. If you don't have any kind of lifetime license with NinjaTrader, then you're going to be charged a full commission, and that's what this shows here. With a lifetime license, the commissions is down to 340, 360. So, but we're going to show you worst case scenario here. So every time we win, we have to drop out the full $5.20 commission. So we end up netting out $44.80. And every time we lose, we have to add in the $5.20 commission. So we lose $55.20. So we're actually losing a little more than we make when we win. So it's all about entries. That's what this 1 point a day is all about, is entries. Learning to make good entries and being persistent and consistent with your entries for the right reasons and making that 1 point. Because that 1 point is 1 contract today, and it makes $44. Well, now we've passed the $2,000 mark, so we now trade 2 contracts, and that same 1 point is now worth $89.60, and it will continue to grow. So when we get to $3,000 mark, we'll go to 3 contracts, and we'll grow at each contract per $1,000, just doing the 1 point a day win or lose. And you'll see how, from a compounding interest, it's not a lot of money right now, but look at the percent. That's what you need to understand. So we're up 40% in 66 days trading 1 point. Okay, so that's what you got to look at, and you'll realize that when that thing gets up to 5, 10, 15 contracts, the kind of money you make is life changing. So for most people. So, but you got to start slow. And like I said, it's been 3 months, a little over 3 months. I mean, a little over actually over a little bit over 2 months, right? 66 days, yeah. So a little over 2 months. And we've already made 140% on the account. So we got to let it compound, and compounding is the most powerful thing in math, So we let that work for us, and that's what we're showing you on the spreadsheet. And I think you'll be just unbelievably surprised that after 1 year or even after 6 months, what this is going to look like. And because I always tell people, you can't argue with the numbers. The numbers are what they are. Math is math. I don't make that up. This is what it is. Only thing you can argue with me is if we can make that 1 point a day. We try to net. Our ultimate goal is to net 3 points a week. So we expect to lose, but at the end of the week, we want to have 3 points in our game. Some weeks we're going to do that. Some weeks we're not. Some weeks we're not going to lose. Some days we're not going to this is now what 8 days in a row we haven't lost. So that makes up for those days where you do struggle a little bit during those weeks. But you have to stay persistent with it, and persistence is key. And being consistent is key. So We're going to show this to you on this method and on this channel. We're going to stick to it and show it to you that it can be done, and it is being done. So so that is that. Okay, so anyway, nice job, Soto, on the trades. Very nice job today, Mitchell, on being patient. That's very, very, very big. Very, very big, being patient. There's a lot to that, and there's a lot to being patient, you know, and to be a successful trader, you have to be patient. There's just no way around it. You just can't jump on something because you don't want, you're scared of missing out, and today was a very good example of that. We took no heat. We took one tick of heat, you know, in the trade, and look at it, it's a nice runner right there for us, and we got 3 points out of it, and it's a nice job trading. So anyway, that's it for the day. So guys, thanks a lot for being here. I really do appreciate it. We'll do it again tomorrow. So thanks for being here. Michael, I know you're new into the channel today. Thanks a lot for checking us out, man. Hope you did well, or not. Hope you like what you saw. And I mean, there's a lot of questions to be asked, I'm sure, but I sure do appreciate you checking us out. So Soto, nice job this morning. Mitchell, great job. Paul, have a great day. John, same way. And we'll do this thing again tomorrow. And Mitchell, are you going to trade this afternoon, I guess? Let me ask that.
I may try to, but I'll be here in the morning for sure.
You'll be in the morning? All right, awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys, then we'll call this thing a day today. And everybody have a great, safe day, and we'll see you in the morning.
See you
All
tomorrow.
right, guys. Bye-bye.
You've been listening and watching the Titan Futures 1 Point a Day Challenge. Live stream. Remember, we're live daily, 9 to 11, and BK, Soto, and Mitchell are here to help. The Titan Futures 1 Point a Day Challenge, where anyone can learn how to day trade the futures market. Till next time.